Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. Hold on, y'all. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to my channel. The Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on social media. We got family up in here. Shout out to brother Pastor. Thanks for coming. Very much appreciated. Before we do anything, let me get this out. Shout out to the Underrated One family. Also, shout out to the LDBC family. That stands for Lions Den Boxing Community, all basketball community. I've been rolling with them for years. They family, so they part of this. Thank y'all, and also shout out to hashtag TWT family. And talking about this, we got my brother Ace in the building. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
What's good? Could you hear me?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
good.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. Now I was just making sure the levels was right because last time we had,
We have
I
problems.
mean, a little difficult. Yeah.
Unique Dawn, thanks for coming, sis. Thanks for coming. This is welcome back. Just let me explain before we get to it. All right, I started the Underrated Boxing Talk on this channel. Then this channel got temporarily gone. Then I was continued the Underrated Boxing Talk on my secondary channel, the number one grinder, Real Talk. So now we picking it back up on Underrated Boxing number 86. I just want people to understand that I've been doing this for a minute and everything. And so Ace had been few of these. so welcome back, brother. Thank you so much. We're gonna talk about boxing today. And hopefully people wants to join. We just stick to boxing. We're gonna talk about the old times and speed of the fights that's gonna come up. I put the thumbnail of the fight that fight tonight, and we're gonna talk about. Matter of fact, let's talk about that tonight. Baby Melody fighting. What you think about that fight?
Um, it's a bittersweet feeling. I mean, cause he cheated like a lot. It's
Yes.
not like it was just once or twice. You know what I mean? I don't like, feeling like I'm being judgmental, but I still hope to do the best in his career because shoot, other fighters cheated and they swept it under the rug,
Mhm.
of other colors, and they swept them under the rug. Canelo and these other dudes, and it got swept under the rug. So if he, is doing the right things now, I'm not against the brother getting a payday. Plus, he from New York, so
Exactly.
I'm about it. I'm going. Definitely, it's a secret, it's a hidden bias in there. I want to see him get some money.
Yeah.
Even if he can't get the big paydays, let him get some money.
Yeah.
Shoot, they letting all these other dudes get money, Canelo, Oscar Valdez, and and raising clenbuterol, lowering the levels, and all of this horse shit. Excuse my language, but
No, no, yeah, but you
yeah.
know, but go more on your point, my brother. And let me say this though, I was very angry well, matter of fact, we did talk about this on on few underrated boxing talks too in the past. And so I'm very disappointed because you should know better, Baby Miller. But I'll go more to your point and everything. Let's talk about Canelo. People don't know. He already know. I got names for Canelo. There's many names. I got different.
Yeah, I know you don't like him already. That's why I was glad I brought him up. I wanted to rattle your cage.
Yeah, right out of my cage. I'm in Brooklyn today, so I'm out of town, but I'm in the Brooklyn. Where I don't like him. Don't care about him. You fighting if you fighting people that spar with. I don't have no respect for you. You know when you saying that you're not gonna fight black fighters or Mexican black fighters and Mexican fighters. I don't have no respect for you. And then you mess with then you with Oscar De La Hoya. You know Oscar De La Hoya. You know he's a suspect. You know he wear panties and Oh, I'm sorry. No, I ain't being sorry because I know it's the truth. You know he cross dressing and everything. I mean, I ain't talking about the skill, but for truth is the truth. And you got Bernard Hopkins. I to me is everything. So but I'm Canelo is I'll call him the Godfather of cherry picking. And Triple H is right behind him. He's the uncle. He's the uncle of it. I change it up, of names and stuff like that. So if you're going to talk about Baby Miller, you might as well talk about Canelo. But like I said before, I was on Clarence McLean's IG and everything. But this is what they do, bro. The Baby Miller, they like this. But when it comes to Canelo, other ones, they like this. So when we start doing more of these underrated boxing talks, when we push it for 100, that's what I'm doing. I'm most likely I'm gonna try my best push for 100 before the year's out, and we gonna have a big celebration of 100 and stuff. So I'm asking people, go to let people know, go to Underrated Dark this channel, and also go to my secondary channel. Um, No One Grind Real Talk, because that's what also underrated talk, box talk on here. So we gonna celebrate that. But there's a lot of hypocrisy,
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah, yeah. Because like I was saying, um, they let Oscar Valdez and that whole Canelo camp get away with
yes,
their stuff. And
yes,
my Brooklyn brother, he had to be starving. He had to work security for Floyd
for
for
Floyd,
them years that he was suspended. Come on, man.
right?
Came about to and shout out to Floyd for giving him a job. Cause
Give him
who
a
knows
job,
what he could, yeah, because who knows what he would have been out there doing. You know
right?
how it is out there.
Yeah, exactly. And that's a good point that you made. And so, well, like we me and Ace, we talked on the phone a few times. Even we talked through IG throughout the years, and he knows my sentiment because he could say that. Auntie, shout out to you, brother. Keep up the good work. Shout out to brother Auntie. And again, it's still discrimination of black boxers. Now I be 57 this year. June 4th. Hopefully, God's willing, I see that day. That's what I'm striving for. But I'm saying this that it still continues discrimination, you know. And by that they people could talk all they want to, your Mexican fighters, your Hispanic fighters, when y'all get in trouble, y'all get a clean slate. And I'm talking about the ones right now. I ain't talking about the ones before. I'm not talking about the ones before. Yeah, put it down, put it down, put it down. Um, and this needs to be. I know people like you. I talk about this all. My brother Jared, right here, he could tell you. I bring this up all the time when I do boxing. Do I?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You
I
always talk
bring the
about, the
hypocrisy, the
double
racism.
the double standards and thing like that. Because I mean, this is one of them four sports. Even though it's been around since Egypt,
Hmm.
really, it really got its foundation in slavery. It was bare knuckles first, and
Right.
what I mean. And we also expanded upon it in slavery with the Mandingo fight.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it all went hand in hand. And then, of course, you fast forward, then you get the Queensberry rules that they made in London, and now it's modern boxing from there.
Yeah. And and I know that people had talk about boxing. They talking about no fight. We're gonna talk about other fights that happening today and stuff, and we're gonna get to that in a few minutes. But we just cannot let this issue go because this been going on for a long time. Like brother Jab was saying, baby, when Miller rightfully so, he got spent, he got caught for years. He was Floyd Mayweather main security. Valdez He got a slap in the wrist. Canelo, he got a slap in the wrist. And even fighters that was in the UK that don't look like us got slapped in the wrist.
Yeah,
And,
because they
and
dog
these
kind
are
of big.
facts. Huh?
Even though he kind of got off, they still dog kind of been though. They didn't dog
Right.
Canelo how they dog kind of been. Even
Kind of
though
been.
kind of
Right.
been got
Exactly.
off, they
Mm-hmm.
still dogged him. No, it's not like he
Yeah.
fully got away with it. They still nobody trusts him. They still talking down on him. So he still got dogged. You know
Yeah, he
what I mean?
still got
Fashion.
dogged. Yeah, he got dogged out. See, these are the things that I feel that some people who do boxing, y'all need to talk up. Stop be thinking that, oh, it doesn't happen. This is old news and stuff like that. Because my brother, right here, I'm talking, he box. You could die in this sport. There's no guaranteed in this sport. Okay? You can get permanent damage in this sport. And some of y'all, you're taking like karaoke. Oh, this oh we nah. Long as I'm here, I'm gonna state the hypocrisy. I'm gonna state the racism. And when I'm saying like this, we gotta state the facts here. What the brother was talking about Conor Ben. Yeah, he got caught. Yeah, he needs to get dealt with and everything. But it was not all severe. It was so severe. Not but Canelo and the rest of them, they get a slap on the wrist. And also, I go one thing better: the hypocrisy of mainstream media act like ain't nothing happened, and they've been doing this for years. And that's what sometimes I don't like doing boxing.
It's a dirty game, man. You just
It's a
gotta
real
be
dirty
careful.
game. Yeah, you gotta be real careful. So that's why, like, little by little, I man, bring back the underrated boxing talk. Well, it's gonna be on my pace.
Let me ask you a question, brother, if you
Go
don't
ahead,
mind.
go ahead, bro.
There's been a question that they've been asking me in the clubhouse, and they also asking me today on YouTube. Me and my brother Fella and the other suspects, we did a live stream this afternoon,
Mm-hmm.
and basically they want to know, will Usyk, if he beats Fury, be better than Evander? Now, let me tell you why they're comparing them to, specifically because you remember Evander was the cruiserweight undisputed champion, just like Usyk was the cruiserweight undisputed champion,
Uh-huh.
and then Evander moved up, won the belts. You remember that, and then Usyk moved up, won the belts. But if Usyk wins, he'll be undisputed. I don't remember if Evander was ever undisputed at heavyweight. I think he was when he beat Buster Douglas, but I gotta go check that.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go check that. So, do you think that he's better if he beats? I don't think so because of the resume. But what do you think? Will Usyk be better if he beat Fury than Evander?
No, no. Evander box. He did it for a living. Former undisputed heavyweight champion. Well, I'm gonna say that. All right, all right. I'm talking about the other guy. You boxing part time. All right, despite how we feel about Furry, why Adam eating Furry, he boxed full time. He beats Furry. He better than Evander. Vander Holyfield is from Vander Holyfield is a former undisputed cruiserweight, and plus former undisputed heavyweight.
Oh, he
Plus he's
was.
a
I checked it. He was, but he ended up resigning it after. But
after,
he was
but it does,
undisputed.
but
He
it
was.
counts.
Yes. He was. See, I'm glad I looked it up now because I kept
Yeah,
saying I
that's what
don't
I'm
know, I don't
saying.
remember. Yeah, he
Right,
was. So
but he
I
was
guess a
he
spade is spade.
right, exactly. And plus he was part of one of the best Olympic teams, boxing teams of all time back in '84. Where you got the great Sweet Pea, the late
Yeah, he
great
got cheated.
Stephen Willis. Got
He got
cheated,
cheated.
right? He got cheated,
Yeah.
right?
He was
That
another one of those boxers from America that got cheated, like
got
Floyd,
cheated.
like Roy.
Roy joined by 88 Olympics and saw South Korea. See, but no, nobody try. Hey, what's up, Pig Dog? What's good? It's glad to see you. That's my LDBC fan right there. Thanks for coming. Really, really, really is. Anybody that wants to come up, we talk about boxing, feel free. I will put the link in the chat. But yeah, but this is what I'm saying. That I could have said better, Van. Come on. Evander's a great. He's an icon. That's I don't know. How do you feel? How do you feel what I said?
That's why I said before you even went, I said what I said. I said because of like you can't help what generation you fall into. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, we having a good resurgence in the heavyweight division nowadays. There's
Right.
enough players. There's enough players in the game now. But it's not like that crop of heavyweights that Evander. That's why I say Evander's resume alone to me puts him ahead of Usyk in my mind. And not
It is.
only that, but I will say this. I am rooting for Usyk in that Fury fight. I'm tired of people thinking Fury is unbeatable.
I
I'm
agree
really
too.
sick of that. And I think it's better for boxing because if Fury win, he gonna be playing all type of reindeer games. Talk about I'm retired, then he gonna talk about he not. So if Usyk wins, it's better for boxing as a whole because Usyk, he still need the money right now to help out Ukraine.
Right.
So he's still gonna give us more fights.
Right.
He'll fight Wilder or Andy Ruiz
Right.
or the other top dudes. You know what I mean? I don't think Tyson Fury after that, he probably done.
Yeah. And let me say this too. It is good that again. I want people to understand the content. What I'm saying right now is good when you see because every time when it comes to black on black, they want us to fight against each other. I'm talking about fighting and settle things in boxing. It's good that somebody else could settle it too, and I'm happy with that. Boxing, get it right. Stop use us as a scapegoat of your own corrupt misery. Let somebody else deal with it. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah. Like I said, I hope that Usyk really win, man. I think it really will be better for boxing. We'll get more fights at least.
Yeah.
Like I said, you know what Fury gonna do. You're gonna be
You know,
talking about he the Gypsy King, and somebody gonna want to fight him, and then he
nah,
gonna be dancing around, talk about seven. And the man is taking a 7-30 split. The only stipulation that Usyk has is, yo, I'll take the 70. He said, I'll take the 30%, and you could take the 70. He's like, but you got to donate $1 million to the Ukraine.
that's fair.
Yeah, I think so too.
That's fair. I don't see nothing wrong with that. And at the same time, and you know what? Get Furry out here because you never know. He might be popping drugs. I mean, he might be on crack. He might he might go to another farmer to eat some more wild animals to clear out his blood and stuff. And you know what I mean? You don't know. And see, this is the thing that for me, All I can say for me. Again, welcome to my channel, Underrated Darkness. Yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media. This is the Underrated Boxing Talk number 86. So glad that you're here. My thing is that, but see, makes me want to keep clowns him around. Now y'all gonna hear why when me and my brother Jab keep on going. That's why I really don't want to really do boxing. For what? You keep the clowns away. People talking about the same fights and Fury and stuff like that. But at the same time, you're trying to keep Wilder out of championship aspirations, become undisputed. And let me say this on Underrated, and brother Jay, I want you to be right here when I hear this, and also I want people to hear this because I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be very firm on the underrated boxing talk number 86. All right, Usyk, if you beat Fury, that I believe you can, you and Wilder need to get it on. We don't want to hear no ducking. We don't want to hear, oh yeah, we need to do it. No. If you say you want to fight the best, we want you to fight Wilder. We don't want these Europeans be doing. Y'all want to handpick people you want to fight, but y'all want to stay away from black fighters.
I ain't gonna say that about Usyk, but
no,
I don't know.
No, I'm not saying no. This is here.
Oh, you're just saying in general. Oh,
I'm just saying in general. I'm just saying in general. Don't want to see that. But I think Usyk will fight. But I'm just saying. You know how the heavyweight division it seems like it's shaping up, but there's always some boogie and be working around. But I'm just saying, in general, go to any weight class. We stop, done, stop. But I think Usyk, I think that fight should happen with Usyk and Fury. I feel that'd be a great fight.
Yeah, he gotta stop. He gotta stop playing reindeer games, though, man. Usyk said the clock is ticking, man. Usyk said the clock is ticking. Hurry up, man, and agree to all of this. Because even when stuff is done, they gotta have their peoples look over the contracts and stuff like that. You know how it go. So
yeah, I mean,
get that man to fight. He giving you a 70. He giving you 70.
30. He said, I take 30. But I'm going by what you said. Tell me I'm right or wrong. He said, I take 30. At least donate $50 to my country.
A million.
I'm sorry, $1 million. $1 million. Donate $1 million to my country. What's the hold up?
And Fury got the money from all them Wilder fights, so he got.
He got the money, right? And I'm glad you brought that point up because I get ready to say, Fury. So what's the problem, Fury? What's the problem? Oh, you smoking crack again?
Making babies.
Or making babies?
Got like 12.
Got 12 babies. I'm just saying. You should take 30%, donate $1 million to my country. So what's the hold up?
I got some other news for you when you're ready.
Go ahead.
I want to see what you think about this one because this is like old mixed with kind of the newer generation.
Go ahead.
Adrian Broner is doing business with Don King now.
I see.
What you think about that? Yeah. I had to ask you about that.
Oh, boy. Ace be hitting me with... Okay.
I'm about to do the ad-lib for you in the back while you talk about it. Go, Brooklyn. Go, Brooklyn. Go.
All right, I say this right. We know the history about Don King, how he did fight, especially black fighters. And Don King is an opportunist. He see Broner come. He never gonna change. Now Broner will get the fight. Broner will get fights. Don King will get fights for you. So listen, any black man, let me tell you, any black fighter, I want them to win. I do. I want to get that money. Get that money. Provide for your family. But it comes to what to expense though. Don King. We see how he done other fighters in the past. Let's be honest. And
It'd be crazy if Don King actually could get Adrian Broner fights, because that was something out of a movie with the BLK Prime. Um, when three opponents, one pulled out, the other dude got his jaw broke. It was another dude that was supposed to be, I don't know, I think another person pulled. It was just crazy how he couldn't get a fight over there. It was like bad luck. And
yeah,
then, like I said, I want to see what happens with Don. If Don could, do you think that this is bad for Broner? Do you think it's a smart business move, or you wouldn't advise that for him? What?
brother, I can't say because Broner need fights and not be. People could talk with Don King. I could talk about Don King all you want to, but Don King been in this game for a long time. And one thing about Don King, he know how to get fights. So I believe Don King will get fights for
Yes.
Broner. He gonna get fights for Broner. That's the one thing that we shouldn't worry about that. But a business move, it remains to be. I put it like this: it remains to be seen. But I say this: a snake is a snake, and sometimes you gotta play with that snake. Gotta move around the snake to get what you want. And Braun, Adrian Braun still want to fight, so he get the fight. So let's say it's a strategic. It's a Don King want to get back to the game. Braun want to fight. A strategic move. Hopefully, both parties will benefit, especially Adrian Broner. No, so
Adrian Broner is still a draw too, at least in the community.
he is. He is. No, so Adrian Broner, yeah, I would get that money, but
Um, to in other news, I kind of want to talk about Ryan and Tank
go
again.
ahead. Let's go. Let's do it.
Okay, so now I'm finding out with the whole rehydration clause, uh, it's not just Ryan that has to make 136.
Hmm.
Tank does also. So you see this changing. They was trying to dog Tank for this. I heard them channels trying to
Hmm.
dog Tank for this,
Hmm.
and I didn't see. And Tank got to do the same thing he got to do in the contract. He can't be over the next day at the weigh. He can't be over 146, just like Ryan don't. So I don't see what the complaining is. What you think about that, bro?
Like I said, be fair. No,
Okay.
just be fair.
Yeah.
But I know how they treat Ryan Garcia, and I know that it's so easy. What I'm seeing from outside in, that you know, they going after Tank Davis is easy, but we talking about Ryan. We talking Ryan Garcia, but this is the same Ryan Garcia. He like to be on Instagram. He care more about Instagram people than boxing. This is the one that, yeah, this is the one that when he was playing with that guy, he was on top of the guy humping. They gotta remember that, huh? So before y'all talk about Tank, you need to look at this Ryan Garcia character. You know, there are some fights that he fought, he did not look good. And he showed up. So for me, it's to me, and you know, it's all about dedication. Tank has shown being dedicated. People can talk all they want to, but Tank coming there to do his thing, and that's it. Despite how you feel about him and everything. So
Very reliable. He's been very reliable.
very reliable, and Ryan Garcia has not been very reliable. You gotta call as it is.
He like to go in the panic room.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know,
he go
get a little scared. He get them, you know, he the anxiety. I call him the anxiety god.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
He Kool-Aid, he on Kool-Aid juice. You know what I mean? So what you know, for me it's like, come on now. Come on, man. He need to step
Yeah, they was
up.
trying to dog Tank for that. It's like, oh, no other champion has ever do that to a non-champion. Canelo never even did that. And I don't know. I'm like, man, please. Canelo did that, man. Canelo definitely drained dudes, man. Stop it. And
Yeah.
I'll pull up the fights. I'll pull up the fights with the
Right,
re-Andre.
and you know what? And let's go. And you know, I'm glad that you talk about. Let's count how many times that Canelo had let the fighter know that he want to fight him within a month.
And that too. See, stuff like that. I want to say ish like that.
Right.
Like,
not let him know 6-7 months or even 6-7 months. Sometimes he let him know within 3 weeks. and sometimes the fighter don't even get the money for that. Well, I'm gonna turn back my account. But mainstream media quiet as a mouse. What's up with that?
yeah, but they just want to, you know, they want to dog, you know, somebody like Tank out.
Right.
If I'm sure if the roles was reversed and Ryan was the big star and had the belts and all of that, I'm sure it would have been worse for Tank.
Of course. But seeing so much hatred for Tank is unbearable. I'm saying Tank makes some mistakes. Yes, he makes those mistakes. But come on, people. I'm just saying. Look what Ryan Garcia is doing. And y'all still let him skate. Y'all still let him skate. Incredible, you know? What you think about? Let me tell you this. I hear a lot of people talk about Kalen Plant and Benavidez and stuff. What you think about
I was gonna bring that up. Bring it up.
Bring it up.
That's funny. That's funny. You read my mind. I want to know, who do you have in this fight first? I just want to see where you at. You there, Underrated?
Yeah, I'm right here.
Who do you got in this fight?
I like Kalen Plant. Well, but Benavidez though, young.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna break it down. I see it just like my brother. I don't have nothing against Caleb Plant. I just always thought Benavidez was the top dude at 168. I like his mentality. I like how he's really close with his family and how he really acts like the little brother. He never forget that his brother Jose, you know what I mean, really put him on the boxing and his dad. And he never forgot that.
Hmm.
Not only that, I know a lot of people think that Caleb Plant is getting in his head, but I don't think that he's really in his head. I just think that it's his first big fight, and somebody actually took the bait because he been calling out all of the top dudes.
Right.
He has been calling out the top dudes, and this how I know. I remember people being on the fence before about him. I know he's calling out the top dudes because it shows right now. Look what it took for Caleb Plant to fight him. This is for a title eliminator. The winner of
Right.
this is supposed to get Canelo because Canelo got all the belts there.
But this the
They manufactured him all of the belts there.
right. But this the king. This the now the question I want
Yes,
to
yeah,
ask
yeah. Go.
is Canelo is going to fight one of them, and I don't think so.
Well, they one of them will be his mandatory. So unless he want to give up one of them belts, which he's going to have to,
You know he's going to get one
or
of them.
they or they going to franchise him, or I don't know.
Franchise him. I mean, almost three different ways because he got the franchise belt anyway. So why you going to franchise?
So
He's still going to make money. That means he's still going to avoid his mandatories again.
now, as far as how I feel the fight is going to play out, I think that it's going to be them first couple rounds where everybody's texting me, "Oh, look at Caleb Plant. Oh, da da da." Then Caleb Plant is going to start getting tired, and when he start getting tired, like that eighth and ninth round, Lord help him. Lord
Because with
help him. That's when the
because
shot he
yeah
may
because
get hospitalized. I
right
wouldn't
and
be
nah,
surprised.
because this is the thing that people fail to understand that Kalen Plant is a good fight. We're not saying that, but as you already know, he always gassed out between 6 or 7 rounds.
And that's crazy underrated. You don't even like you be sometimes with the boxing, and you even know that. And you even know that. And I be telling people that.
Hmm.
Stop acting like he gassed out in a win against Uskatiki when he got the
Right,
IBF belt. And then I
right,
was trying to tell dudes when Uskatiki was supposed to fight Benavidez, what he do? He popped dirty because he was
right.
scared.
He was scared. He don't want.
Scared to death.
Yeah, he don't want that one from
He ain't
Benavidez.
want to fight. He ain't want to fight Benavidez.
But you want to fight.
I think he took it on purpose. I think he
Yeah,
took it on purpose. I don't care what nobody says.
yeah. But now you pop 30 Benavidez. So we might as well he's another Boo Boo Andre. You know Boo Boo now. I mean Benavidez is another Boo Boo now. I don't know, man. Yeah. He always gassed out. He always gassed out. But this is what I'm
And
saying.
if Canelo don't, yes, my fault. And I was gonna say if Canelo don't fight, whoever win that fight, then I would suggest because if Benavidez win, I think he if he don't get the Canelo fight, even if they give him the belt and Canelo relinquish the belt because he don't want to fight, I think he should move up to 75
Benavidez.
and not even play around and not even play around with this fucking
Yeah, no,
168.
yo, but play
Because
168.
you
Yeah.
see Canelo about to fight John Ryder. He about to fight
Right,
John the
right.
Ghost Rider.
You know what?
We
And I'm
call him the
glad
Ghost
I
Rider.
was getting ready to say that because I was looking into it. And before I get to that fight, it's just that then you got the older the another Charlo. He's at 168, but we don't hear nothing from
Well,
him.
he's still at 160. Nah, he's still at 160.
Oh, he's still at
More.
160. I thought he went to
Yeah,
160.
yeah. He still
Oh, he's
got the
at one.
belt.
All right, I'm sorry,
Nah, he's
160. I mean, I'm sorry, not 160, 160. But
but I think he could be at 168 with no problem though, because of his frame. I think he can move up with no problem though.
because I feel, yeah,
But
because yeah.
yeah,
Because there's no move. Because to me, there's no move. I'm not 168 family. I'm talking about 160. But there's no movement really in the 160.
yeah, that's a whack. Nah, that's a whack division. Keep it real. It's one of the original divisions, but right now the crop of people, it's kind of whack. It's kind of whack.
It's something like it remind me of the 160. It remind me of the cruiserweight. You know how somebody go
Yeah,
to
the
the
smaller cruiserweight. Yes,
go through
yes.
that and they
Because
go
I even
past
think the like my weight classes, the smaller weight classes, they got more people there, and they don't even talk about them. Like 122, 126, even the
yeah, no,
130s.
those are action fighters. Cause I think you know what I think. I feel that last few years, even when I started to do boxing, when I was looking at 160, it was like for me, it's like okay, we can go 160 and get to the light heavyweight, and then we get to light heavyweight. We go past to cruiserweight. Cruiser ain't nothing. Then we go to light heavyweight. And I feel that that is like the assembly line to get to heavyweight, or even get to the cruiserweight. Even that's so, but like even that's what I'm saying that it's not a historical weight class that it was. You know, lot of greats go, a lot of greats in middleweight now. Lot of greats, lot of people that lot of boxers that made Hall of Fames come through junior middleweight and middleweight. Now junior middleweight has been good and everything, you know, for the last few years. But the heavy middleweight, if you ask anybody who's prominent in the middleweight, what's the C?
Got a couple prospects like Troy Isley,
Yeah.
dudes like that, and Adamas. That's a contender. Actually, Adamas is the mandatory for Morchalo. That's his dark Dominican cat. So that actually is a good fight for him to come back. I don't know if it's too much for Maul because he's been going through, what he's been going through. But like I said, I just want to see him do something.
I just want to see you do something. But get back to Benavides. Like if there's nothing happened 168, go to 175. I would tell Benavides, yo, if it's nothing, it can Canal, because you know they, like I said, I don't think they're gonna make him give up the belt. I think they're gonna franchise the belt and he gonna still make him money. So that means he got to cherry pick again. And I want to know what happened to Ben. I want to ask you a question. I heard do the grapevine. I know they haven't said it, but I heard it like back in maybe January, beginning of February. They were talking about the possible, maybe in the fall that Canelo want to fight Benbo again, but this one he want to fight him at 168.
You said Bivol
Bivol,
Canelo.
yeah, Bivol, right?
I don't advise Bivol to do that. I remember we talked about that on your channel one time before.
I don't. Yeah,
I
right.
don't. I don't advise him to do that. He at first entertained it, and then recently he said no. Why would he go
That's
back
good.
down? Why would he go down or whatever? Like, but he gotta avenge that. Like, Canelo can't be on people pound for pound list to me, and he walk around here with a loss.
Hmm.
He can't be on everybody pound for pound list, and he walk around here, he ain't avenged the loss. All the great, even Floyd, and he won them. The fights that y'all thought was controversial, ran it right back.
Right,
Jose Luis Castillo
right.
ran it back.
Ran it back. Yup.
Mark Madonna
Madonna ran it
ran
back.
it back.
Even
And y'all be dogging Floyd, but he did have an old school fighter mentality.
he
He
did.
did
He
run
ran it
it
back.
back,
He did
regardless
run
of
it.
how you feel about him as a
Right,
person. He
right,
ran
right,
it back. He
right.
was a real man. He
A
ran it
real
back.
man. And Sugar Shane Mosley ran it back.
It seemed like in this era, dudes don't run it back.
They don't
Because
want
I'm
to run
thinking about Josh Taylor with Catterall.
it.
Catterall got a fucking Who he might have to fight Regis now. Regis got to clean up Josh Taylor garbage.
Mm.
It's crazy.
And
Black
Josh
fighter
Taylor.
got to clean up. Never mind.
No, say it. It's true. And we talking about the junior welterweight, the 140, the
And shout
145.
out to Regis for giving him a shot because Catterall deserved that. Because Catterall won that fight, man. And they
Yeah,
straight up robbed him. They
yeah,
straight up robbed him. He knocked Josh Taylor down and everything.
yeah. He won the fight. And so Josh Taylor, and then when Josh had won it, then all of a sudden he didn't want to fight for the belts. It's weird.
Relinquish all them belts.
Yeah.
Relinquish because he had so many mandatories, man. Let me tell you, all them escape exits was blocked. He either had to jump off a cliff, he had
Mm-hmm.
to jump in the ocean, or he had to go through a blazing wall of fire. So you
Mm-hmm.
pick what door you rather go through. Underrated.
That's true. He did have mad mandatories. He did.
Yeah, because come on, bro. Subriel Matias, Regis again. Come on,
Mm.
bro.
Yeah, that is.
And then Catterall. Catterall gave him all he could handle. Now you ain't even, you dead at Catterall. And now you fighting Tio.
And then despite how I feel, Telefucko.
I think Tio might win. I actually think Tio might get him at the right time.
Despite how I
Believe it or
feel,
not, I kind of favor Tio.
listen. Despite how I feel about Telefucko, I agree with that. I agree with that. This I'm putting my feelings on the side, y'all. I'm just talking. I'm talking about a boxing analyst. I'm putting my feelings on the side, but I see that. But will that fight be made though before the year's out?
I think Tio wanted more than he do.
Mm.
Because I think Tio see something.
Hmm. I think they should make the fight then. I think they should make that fight. Make that fight and make it good and everything. Who's gonna be the undercard of Tank Davis and Garcia?
Oh, so there's a rumor going around
Okay.
that about the co-main. It's
Hmm.
at the lightweight division.
Okay.
See how that work? See how I just told y'all the lighter divisions may be
Uh-huh.
more popping. They always do the on. Oh, the smaller dudes. I haven't been 135 since I was in middle school and da 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 da. Yeah, whatever. The point
What?
is, we getting Kid Austin versus Frank Martin. I don't know if you know who those two prospects are. Kid Austin
I
is
heard
a
Frank
dude.
Martin. I heard Frank Martin.
Yeah, Kid Austin is a young kid from Texas that his dad's putting a lot of pressure on him, but he's talking trash. Supposedly, he heard Devin Haney in sparring, and
Mm.
he, you know, what I mean, they trying to make this fight him against Frank Martin, man. So
Oh, Frank Martin.
that to me is a great, good co-main. It may be a little bit too much for the kid, but at the end of the day, when you start fighting 10 rounders, the training wheels is off. I don't care if a dude, excuse my language, is 19 or if he's 60. You know what I mean? You fight 10 rounders, that's when you start getting ranked in fighting for title eliminators. So at the end of the day, even though the kid is only 20, his dad feel like he's ready to do it, and he's ready to do it. So, but Frank Martin, I favor him in that fight only because Frank Martin, he got a more depth as far as his resume, and he just got done beating one of the Dominican brothers that actually popped dirty
Yeah.
in the after fight test,
Uh-huh.
Michelle Riviera. So
Hmm. I got Martin. I do got Martin on that one. Yeah. I like Martin. I do. I like Martin. Yeah, yeah. I put it like this. I'm telling you like that. They should make that as a co-event. I would. Would you?
Shit, I got to give them both credit for taking the fight, and
Yeah.
yeah, it's definitely warranted to be the co-main, if not the fight before the co-main, unless they
Right.
got something better than that. They could give us two big names.
Hmm.
Shoot, what you think about Little B Hop versus El Rayo?
Oh.
I think that's on the Tank Davis undercard.
Oh. Oh.
And they both took losses to Dominican Cats,
Hmm.
Little B Hop to Hector Garcia, and El
Hmm.
Rayo to Edwin De Los Santos.
Right. Hmm.
So I think that's definitely even, and this would be Little B Hop's first time moving up to 135. So
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's good. Yeah. Why not? You gotta test the waters, man. People
but
fail
I
on.
think that that's real old school. I like how both of them took a loss, and then we still get two good names that could, the battle of who's gonna climb and who's going to fall. I like those type of fights.
Yeah, it's true. And go more on your point though, too. People fail to understand. Even right now, as you know, I think a lot of fighters. What I was watching throughout the years, they took their first and second loss, and after that, they become great. Great. The one or two losses should not define you. I see a lot. Well, yeah, I give you a case more. Let me see what fighters. No, he's undefeated. Which one? Which one? Hmm. That what's that fight? Well, it comes to my but like there was quite a few fighters that had been taking number of losses. They become great. Look at all right. Look at Winky Wright. He got 10. He got 10 losses. Now I don't know if people consider him as a great fighter, but he was a champion. But he hasn't ducked nobody. Do you consider him as a Hall of Famer?
I'm sorry, say that again. You broke up a little.
I said, do you think Ricky Wright? Do you consider him as a Hall of Famer, despite he had like 10 losses?
Oh, Winky, right? You
Ricky
mean?
Wright, yeah, Ricky Wright, yes.
Yes. Yeah, definitely, definitely, and his resume.
Right.
I'm big on skill and resume.
Resume, right.
I combine the two. That's why Muhammad Ali is really at the top
Because he ain't dunked nobody.
of my, and not only that, his resume, that era, that is, like I said, it's kind of not fair because you can't help when you was born. You know what I
You
mean?
can't.
So
You
you
can't.
don't know what generation or pool of fighters that's you gonna be, what I mean, in your particular division. It's like the 70s was dope with the heavyweights, and then the
Yeah.
80s, the four kings, and like the middleweight and the welterweight division. So you know better than me. I wasn't even around, but
Yeah,
you
those
know.
those those are good time because the fighters they fought everybody. And the money was not there that it was right now. So they had to fight. But
I
also
don't you know what? You know what? I think they was still they could still match the money then to now. You know why I say that, number one, Grinda?
right,
Because them stadiums was packed. And they had a couple losses and it was still packed.
goes to about the
Like,
skill
you know
though.
what I mean? Like Roberto Duran and
There's the
and
skill.
Tommy Hearns and Sugar
And,
Ray.
and also understand this too. And and I think that I want to talk about commentators, whatever next time we do the underrated Boston talk number 87. We gotta talk about the commentators even back then too. The commentators was great then too. They knows the in and out, Dr. Freddie Pacheco and the rest of them and
And
everything.
Angelo Dundee,
Angelo
Bobby
Dundee.
Chaz.
Bobby Chaz, they did. We had great commentators, and also we had rivalries too. And I think that is missing in boxing today. And it's like you cannot run. At that time, you got to fight the best. And they also had belts. They had belts back there, like the USBA. Like if you win that, you get a title shot.
Oh, they got that now. It's just they put more belts in the way and
Yes,
make it
more
harder
belts,
for you.
right?
They
But
put
back
like
then,
eight, like
back
the
then, yeah,
silver
the
WBC or the
gold, the gold,
intern is.
UBA gold, silver. Yeah, back then, it was a big thing. Like I know the United States champion. It's big back then. You get the United States title because you know you're going to get a title shot, especially if you defend it. You automatically I think the IBF was not back then, but I think the IBF came in. I think IBF came in like in 90s, mid 80s, early 90s, something like that. But I'm saying, but you got the WBA and WBC. When you had those belts, you automatically move up with those sanctions. And then later on the IBF too. So it was a big thing, and plus, people was getting money off that. They was getting money off that belt, and people was getting. Like I said, the money was not there, but it was a big thing. It was a big deal because you ready for you go. I make this. I'm gonna get a title shot of a WBA or WBC. And sometimes you probably rank like 20th, 21st. But if you keep on finding defending as a champion, you move up quick. If you keep yourself busy, that's the thing. And that's what they was doing back then.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting time. You know what I mean? Hopefully they invented time machines so I could go back real quick and
Yeah,
catch
and
those fights. But
yeah, yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
And also, back then though, regular TV plays a vital role show the fights too.
I agree with you because I like to do film study.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like to do, a present or like a near future fight. And then I like to watch ones in the past. My film study this week, I watched a fight in the past. I watched Terry Norris versus Quincy Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
Tuesday night fights.
Mm.
And see stuff like that where two prospects, they ain't even going for no belts. Highly rated knockout artists, Terry Norris and Quincy Taylor,
Mm-hmm.
had to fight each other.
And also Terry Norris beat Sugar Ray Leonard.
That's a fact. But you know what? They ain't gonna give my boy Terry credit because they gonna say it's an old Sugar Ray Leonard.
Nah, fire's come on now. Fire's a fighter. You step in the ring, you fight. We don't want to hear that.
Even though Terry Norris is my guy, I love Terry Norris, man.
Yeah, Terry Norris good.
It's messed up how he punchy. It's messed up that he punchy now. I remember I had a chance to do an interview, but by the time I came of age and seen him, he was punch drunk already. He probably old enough to be my father. You know what I mean? So, it's sad. You know what I mean? It's just sad. But love Terry Norris.
Yeah, man. That back then they didn't take care of the fighters, man. No, they
You
didn't.
ain't lying.
They didn't. They get all that money. That's what we go back to Don King or
And
Adrian.
I'm gonna talk tall real quick,
Okay.
Grinda, because they asked him, punch drunk and all. They said, "Would you take back you boxing and stuff like that because he actually was a good baseball player.
I heard.
A lot of people don't know that. Yeah, Terry Norris actually the scout is. See, what happened is, I guess somebody was talking trash. He ended up breaking two guys' jaws because he always boxed. His dad was a boxer,
Right.
Olin Norris Sr., and he had a brother, Olin Norris Jr., that was a cruiserweight champion. He had
Right.
the WBA cruiserweight championship.
Hmm.
They both became champions. He was like, nah, he did it for his family. Terry was the youngest, he was the baby. So he was just like, he wouldn't take it back. And, when his dad was alive, he got to see him and his brother become world champions, something his dad didn't get to do. So salute to
Mm.
Terry.
Now talk about his brother. Kim tell who? Tell them who the brother was.
Oh, Olin Norris, that was Big Bro. That was Big Bro, He also fought Mike Tyson. Tyson beat him. He moved up to heavyweight, but Olin Norris, he won the belt, the WBA belt at cruiserweight. So he was a world champion.
Right.
Um, and he had his fights. He wasn't as declarated as Terry was.
Right.
Don't ever forget about Lil Bro and them.
Yeah.
Well, Rick Ross say, don't ever forget about Lil Bro and them. But
Right.
and Terry, he was a career 154 pounder, and he ended up unifying with the IBF and the WBC. I mean, had a nice 10-year career from 87 to 97.
Yeah.
So it was a declarated family. I got to give Terry Norris credit about one thing. One thing. This is why. One thing about him, even if his chin wasn't the greatest, he always gave you maximum effort, and he had damn good stamina. Damn good stamina.
You know what? That is an excellent point. Man, I'm glad you here because I talk to people. Just when I first started the underrated boxing talk, and I told people, they say, "Yo, you don't know." I said, "Yo, Terry, what we know, he did not have the greatest chin in the world, but his stamina was outstanding. And he's a puncher. He's a boxer puncher. So any minute you can get out.
Facts.
You can get
Facts.
out.
Facts. Facts. Even if you knock him down, he
Hmm.
could come back and flick the switch.
He can knock you out at any
He did
punch.
it with what was that Australian dude? God damn. I remember, yeah, but that was a good one too. That he fought this Australian cat. And yeah, he got put down, and Terry came back and knocked him out,
Yeah,
opened his face up.
and you know what? And I'm let me. And I'm glad you on Terry Norris. People, stop saying that Terry Norris just had a right hand. He got a he can knock you out at any punch. Stop
What with the
saying.
left hook too?
Stop
He
saying that.
knocked dudes out with the left hook too. Did he
Yeah,
knock out John the Beast Mugabe? He
with a
beat
left hook.
him easier than Marvelous Marvin Hagler did.
Easily knocked him out with a right left hook, and I seen him. He knocked out people with an uppercut, right hand and left hand. You know, people. Oh, he just got it right hand. No, he don't have that right.
Great combination puncher. Great
Excellent
combination puncher.
combination. Not yeah, and I'm gonna tell you, very underrated body puncher too.
Good
Very,
point. Good point.
very
Dag,
underrated.
then my boy, he was a full berserker. I would have to give him a chain grinder because he would freaking the referee would literally have to pull him off. He would still punch after the referee wave it off. He done
Right.
got disqualified a million times for that.
Yeah. He was lean. I know people was like he was linky, but he was strong. Excellent, accurate puncher. I'm like, dang, you know, and he still don't get the credit. He don't get the credit he deserve. His brother don't get the credit he deserve either. I mean, his brother, he ain't no slouch. I mean, when you're a champion of any weight, you're not a slouch. You know what I mean? He's a champion, but like you said, he's not decorated as Terry is. So, but that's one of the few brothers in the boxing today that actually could say they became champions. Not that many brothers could say that. So that's the thing about that though. But you still there?
Yeah, I'm here, bro. I was
Okay.
listening. I'm listening.
Okay, yeah, but so that's what I'm saying. I think we should talk about that more too. How many brothers tandems who became champions?
I mean, well, the Charlos already get to go
No, no,
down in
child. Well, we
history
know the child, but right.
because they the first identical twins to ever both have belts in the same weight division. So
Yeah, but is it safe to say that the Norris brothers started it, or it's gonna be probably more than that? Despite they did it in different weight classes.
no, because
Oh, no,
Leon
it's a Spinks, the
Spinks and
Spinks,
Michael
Spinks, Spinks.
Spinks,
Right.
Leon Spinks and Michael Spinks did it before they did.
Did
So
before they did, and also like we gotta add
and they both
Corey,
got gold medals
and they both got gold
together.
medal. Right, right. So they the stand.
So
So they
shout out to
the
St. Louis.
right. So to say, Lil, they the standing, and later on they Corey. I think 20 years later, Corey he got the belt. You know.
He
So
got a matter of fact, he was a light heavyweight and then he became a heavyweight champion, right?
who?
Michael.
Yeah.
And then
Before
yeah, because Tyson beat him. Yeah, because Tyson had to beat him to become
Yeah,
undisputed for the
I
belt.
think yeah, I'm gonna watch that fight. I said, oh, Spinks said, oh man, I don't know what the hell I get into.
They
I,
said it's a rumor that says that Tyson punched the wall and he heard it from his dressing room.
that's what I heard too.
And that's what made him even more scared.
Yeah, he didn't want to get up, man. I mean, Michael Spinks
I
got
think
it.
he could have got up. Michael Spinks could have got up. He didn't want to get up though. He felt that power. He was like, "Fuck that." Excuse my language.
Yeah, he's right. And then you know what? He think of the millions of dollars. I can chill for the rest of my life. 'Cause I'm not getting this shit. Nah, man, I'm good. You like this? Yeah, I'm good. But and also people don't know Leon, the late great Leon Spinks, beat Muhammad Ali. That later on Muhammad Ali avenged. So shout out to the
Yeah,
Spinks
won the belt the third time when he beat him, being the
Yeah,
first heavyweight ever to win times.
yeah. You know,
So salute to Muhammad Ali.
so with Muhammad Ali, yeah, and also he was not afraid. Oh, they coming out a movie about George Foreman, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I believe April 25th.
Yeah. No, April 28th, I
I
think.
don't I don't know something like that. It's late
I believe April
April.
28th. I
Okay,
think yeah,
yeah, I know
April
it's late
28th.
April. Okay, you might be right. Yeah, that's actually not only that. See, I'm glad you actually brought that up because there's a couple things coming out on boxing. There's a Broadway play about Emmanuel Griffin, the middleweight champion.
Oh, really?
And
The
then
late great man
now we
Griffin?
getting into yes.
Mm.
hmm
Man Griffin, he was pretty good
Um,
fight too.
yes, he was. Um, see, I'm a young boy, but y'all, as y'all can see, I'm learned.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also a student of the game. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you got to check out that sparring footage that I got too, champ. When you get a chance, I threw the link in the chat, Grinder. But
Yo, send it
the
to my
George
email.
Foreman, okay, the George Foreman movie looks great. The guy that's playing him, he kind of favors George Foreman. I'm looking forward to seeing how this play out. I'm actually might hit up my movie partner. I gotta hit up my sister Shelly, the sister before me. So I gotta hit her up. And me and her always like to check out movies together. I might go see that
Mm-hmm.
with her.
Yeah, that was up. That's what's up.
Oh yeah, and another thing that they got coming out is supposed to be on HBO Max. They doing the dude Mahershala Ali that was in Moonlight that also is playing Blade, who
Hmm.
is my favorite black superhero ever. Is playing Jack Johnson in the HBO Max series.
Oh,
So if you
really?
got HBO Max, yes, I am looking very forward to that. It should have happened a long time ago, and they need to do a Sugar Ray Robinson one, but I'm kind of scared for them to do the
Mm.
Sugar Ray Robinson one because of his personal life. I'm kind of scared. I don't want them to do it Harlem, brother. That's gonna bring tears to my eyes, and I'm gonna cut it
Yeah, yeah. I
off.
don't. Also.
I might not want that, yeah, because they was supposed to do it before with the guy
Uh,
that played Martin Luther King in the Selma movie. He was supposed to
yeah.
be playing Sugar Ray,
Oh,
and they was
that's
gonna call it, yeah, they were supposed to call it Sweet Thunder,
I don't. I
but
but
then the pandemic happened,
right.
and
I
yeah,
also
so
also
I'm I'm
mm.
scared. I'm just
You
scared for
scared,
them to
scared.
do
Yeah,
that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. Because
I,
if me and you, if you know his personal life, not in the ring, he was a straight gentleman in the ring. But
oh yeah,
if you
yeah.
know the personal history of Sugar Ray, it wasn't pretty.
Wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. But also I want them to do a show of the do a tribute to the late great Archie Moore, but I don't want them to do that.
I wouldn't mind that. That's good. That's who I get my name from. The ageless Anthony Force. I get that from the ageless Archie Moore. Well, later in his career, he called himself that. Before that, he was the Black Mongoose.
Yeah, I
You know what I
don't.
mean?
You know why? Because I think they gonna try. Because the media back then they was missing screw them. They ain't like when he became part of the Nation of Islam and like how he was talking to Muhammad Ali. Your Muhammad Ali show me something, and then you need to wash these dishes and stuff. Muhammad Ali was doing it, wasn't doing it, and so
The story. No, the story where Ali went to a training camp with Archie Moore, and supposedly he told Ali to sweep the floor, and Ali
mhm,
said, "I don't even sweep the floor for my mother,"
right,
and he left.
and
I
so
know exactly what you're talking about.
yeah, so to me, two black men at that time. I think at the time that Archie Moore was a part of Nation of Islam, or he was in the process of doing it. I didn't like that. I didn't like that fight. I didn't like it. I didn't. Every time I see it, because Archie Moore at that time he was a little over the hill. You know what I mean? Glory Days was passing by and everything. I just did not like the fight. I didn't like it. I
He
didn't
still
like
got the best. He still got the most knockouts.
Yeah, 140,
Boxing.
143.
Ain't
Yeah.
nobody ever gonna beat that. Shout out to
Nah,
Archie. And he
nah,
came in the game late.
late. And a lot of people don't know. I told people to it's on HBO special. I said the two specials that I recommend watch Archie Moore, the late great Archie Moore, and the late great Joe Lewis. Y'all need to watch that, and y'all will get the picture.
Oh my
Especially
God. Joe Lewis, every time I think of him, still the master of the 6-inch punch. He throw that 6-inch left hook, you out of there, bro.
you out it, and
If he
also like
land on you clean, even if it's on the glove, you might be stunned. That boy was strong. What the down south folks say? Grinder, strong. They don't say
strong.
strong.
Yeah. And then at the same time, too, a lot of people he been trailblazer. A lot of people don't want to know. People don't know he was a trailblazer of golf that he don't get the credit.
I actually didn't know that. I actually
Yeah, you
didn't
got
know that.
watch Joe Lewis. Was on HBO. You see, he was in, but see what I don't like about it, how he was getting past, how the U.S. government did him. And remember, he fought Max Miller in 1936. Max Miller had knocked him out, and then after that, the Cinderella man and came in the picture. So a lot of people, they made a deal that if he be such, I think it was Billy Kong. I believe that back in something like that. And I think 1938, because that's when my late mother was born. My late mother was born 1938. That's how I remember. And then that's when he knocked out Max Smelling, and each purse, part of the purse, he had to give to the Cinderella man. Disgusting, man. Every
That's
time.
crazy. The Cinderella Man and James J. Burdock, who Underrated is talking about. That movie is a sad ass boxing movie. That's just like real boxers. Yo, watch that. Russell Crowe stars in that movie.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
a good movie.
right. That's a
I
good
can't lie.
movie. Yeah, that's a good movie the way it goes. But at the same time, I don't feel sorry for him either, because Joe Lewis did never really like enjoyed his person, and he had to give it to Jerry Braddock. But that's how it was back then. And then
It
understand,
was Burdock. You sure it was Burdock? He had to give it to.
yeah, I think it was the
You
Cinderella man.
sure?
But I could be wrong. But he had to get part of his purse of a former champion, and I believe that was Cinderella. I could be wrong, but I think it was a Cinderella man. That's what I think. You can look it up. If I'm wrong, trust me, I could be wrong. Then go talk about Joe Lewis, like almost 40 years later, when they built the Coca-Cola plant. Instead of had Joe Lewis as a sponsor so he could make money, they let Max Mellon be the sponsor. You
I
can't make.
always thought. Always thought like that was messed up because Joe Lewis was actually a really good person.
There he
The
was.
Brown
He
Bomber.
trying to pay. Yeah.
He gave back to the country when World War II was happening. He was in his
Hmm.
prime. Him and Sugar Ray. They weren't actually on the field, but they served. But he was donating a lot of his money because he was the heavyweight champion at the time to those troops. And then the government, once he became an old washed up boxer, like let him be broke and had to work at hotels in Vegas being a door greeter. I gotta bang the gavel on that.
And that's sad. And let me go back to that story again. I gotta repeat it. And then 40, even almost 40 years before that, he was an international champion, and y'all still give the Max Mellon to be the sponsor of Coca-Cola plant in Georgia, while Joe Lewis did things the right way. But you look at Joe Lewis. I tell people you need to watch that. And I tell people it's going to be at times you're going to get angry. And you know who paid for his funeral? The late great Frank Sinatra. Frank Sinatra, remember, he said Joe Lewis gave him money when he first started, and he remembered that. And Frank Sinatra paid for his funeral.
Yes, Frank Sinatra a real one for that.
He's a real one, right? A lot of people don't know. I ain't mean to get off boxing, but a lot of people don't know. Frank Sinatra used to go in prisons and sang to the prisoners. And who was the arranger of his music at that time? You
Oh,
said it, Quincy
oh,
Jones. Quincy
oh,
Jones.
Quincy Jones. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. Also, Frank, late great Blue Eyes. He was a big boxing fan too. Yeah, he used to be one of, but see that's what I'm saying. But y'all watch Joe Lewis, man. Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying that be expect you gonna be angry. You gonna be shake. Oh, you gonna be shaking your head. That's crazy. And it goes to show back then that it happens right now when I'm talking about fighters of African descent still be getting discriminated. But everybody thought, oh, it just started like 34 years ago. No, it started way before that. It was actually champions back then was not getting the gate. They wasn't getting no money.
Yeah, I will say I'm glad I'm not born in that generation. I'm
Now,
sorry.
yeah,
Underrated. Cause that I didn't like that the boxers. I like what Wilder was talking about, how Saudi Arabia is doing it. Shit, I'll fight it. Shoot, if they paying, I don't give a damn. I'll whatever they want. I'll wear the wrap, all of that. What we got to do? You know what I'm saying? Like real talk, because they trying to talk to the boxer, not the manager
they talk to
and
the boxer,
everybody
right?
else.
They put,
Because you know they talk to the managers and the promoters first, and then they give you the money
right,
after they take their cut. Even though I would still pay them, but I would rather them talk to me first.
right.
The people that want to give us the money for the fight.
They take care of you, make sure you be in a nice hotel. They make sure you good. I mean, like, Saudi Arabia, Arab. I'm talking about history. They didn't do us all that good either. But I don't, that's out of boxing, so I ain't gonna bring that up. But I'm just saying that people could talk all they want to. Them Saudi Arabia, they pay them boxers. They pay the boxers want to come well. They look out for the black boxers. I'm not saying they don't look for other boxers. I'm not. Let me say that. Let me change that. They do, but I'm talking about the black box. They look out. Now the practice and stuff, people can say, "Oh, you can say whatever you want," but I just know that black boxers have fought in Saudi Arabia. They get paid. They've been getting taken care of, and it's so funny that sometimes boxing, well, they don't want Saudi Arabia to host boxing events. I want to know why. Why in this country y'all not doing it? It's mind-boggling for me, bro. It really is.
Are you watching the UFC event too? I think it's on now. The Usman,
It's on pay-per-view.
and I don't know if it's on paper.
If it's on pay-per-view, I can't
Probably.
watch it. Ain't no pay. I'm out of town anyway. But I mean, turn on TV. But it was on pay-per-view. I ain't watching it, man. But UFC. I gotta get talk about UFC too. But mm.
No, only because they are first cousins. In
Right,
boxing,
right.
UFC is
They
our
cousins.
first cousin.
Yeah, they for our first cousin. So yeah, I'm gonna do a little UFC too in the near future, but not now. But but yeah, I'm gonna check if it's not on preview. I'll check it out. I'll be checking out some matches too here and there. But but I said that the heavyweight division is looking promising. The ones like we talked about the 160, still there's a few prospects there, but I would say this that Benavidez, if you hear this from me and my brother here, anybody's if you're hearing, because they people say, oh, they don't be listening. Oh, yes, they do listen. Where you hearing this from? My channel, the Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media, and my brother Ace right here. If you can't get the fight to Canelo, go to 175. Don't even wait. Don't even have no conversation. Go to 175 because I'm
Don't wait,
saying
make the date.
make the date. Make no wait. Make the date. That's what I'm talking about. That's a good point. Don't wait. Make the date because Godfather of cherry picking. He up he gonna be up to his tricks, and we don't want you to get caught out there.
He ain't say the Godfather of Harlem. He didn't say the Godfather of Harlem like the show. He said the Godfather of cherry picking. I like that.
He's a godfather cherry picking. And then you got Triple G. That's his nephew. I call him the uncle, but that's his nephew. They're all up in this. They're all up in this tree. And we don't want you to get caught out there, Benavides. Go up there and make a day and fight. They ain't, don't even waste your breath, Benavides. Don't even do it. Don't please don't. There's anything else, bro? You want to add on?
Um, Benavidez got abs now, so Plant should be scared. You know, he was always the fat kid, Benavidez. So for him to get, and you want to know what's crazy, underrated? How old you think Benavidez is? No, how old do you think he is? Because of all the shit he been through in boxing. How old would you think David Benavidez is?
I said
Take a
maybe
guess.
20, 28, 29, something like that.
No,
What?
you would think he older, right?
Yeah, I said about
You
I
would have
said
thought he
20,
was older.
29,
That's
30.
crazy.
I said about 20, 29, 30, something like that.
Nah, but he 25. He like Shakur and all them age. He
Mm.
already been a two-time champion.
Uh-huh.
He just been through a lot. You would think people older, but they just been through a lot.
Yeah, that's but
Yeah, so
it goes to
I'm
show
looking
that
forward to this one. I wish it was this week.
yeah. Yeah, I wish it was. I wish it was this week too. But like I said, that's the fight to watch. Him and Caleb Plant. But Caleb Plant got to put on the show. But I'm just saying that I would say this for Caleb Plant. Like if you should, you always gassed out on the later round. Why you didn't get nutritious to help you with your endurance? I never would get that. I don't understand why you hire a nutritionist to help you with that. A strength coach. You had the money, Kalen Plant. I don't get it. I don't get. I just don't. For me, it's just you know. I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's mind-boggling to me. It really is. It really is mind-boggling me. So, anything else you want to add, bro? Well, that's it.
Yeah, that's probably all I got underrated because I don't think they ain't shoot. I think we touched on basically everything.
Okay, that's fine with
Unless
me.
you want to talk about Jojo Diaz fighting tonight. He fighting at 140 because Gabe Rosado and Zerto Ramirez was supposed to fight, but Zerto Ramirez was 10 pounds over the scale. So they had to cancel the fight.
Oh boy.
Unprofessional. Unprofessional, Zerto.
No
And
discipline.
he's no discipline at all. You're in Mexico fighting the police, drinking beer, throwing bottles at them. Like, come on, brother. Let's get this shit together, man. Like my mama would say, this shit looking real tacky.
Yeah, unprofessional. That's crazy. In Mexico too. You know how Mexico give it up, bro. You know that. Of all places, why Mexico? You shouldn't do it at all, period. You should have been more disciplined.
What you think about Canelo having his fight in Mexico? This fight against John Ryder is going to be in Mexico.
But I thought you don't like Mexico. You don't like Mexican fighters. So if you don't like fight Mexican fighters, why you why you fighting Mexico? I don't.
he said he ain't gonna fight Mexicans. He say he wouldn't fight there.
Well, he shouldn't fight there. Period. I'm petty. I'm being petty right now. You should. If you don't respect Mexico fight, you shouldn't fight Mexico then. I don't know, bro. In my
All
opinion.
right, but shoot, all right. I mean, I guess that's all I got, bro.
Yeah, make your last
Um,
remarks. Stay right there, and I'm gonna close it out.
all right, man. Yo, y'all make sure y'all subscribe to the Jab Jamboree. Y'all make sure y'all become members on the Clubhouse of the Boxing TPs and the In Love Lounge. And yeah, with that being said, make sure y'all also check me out. You know what I mean, on the Other Brothers platform, and make sure y'all go to our website and so you can copy full Berserker merch and the usual suspect merch. Usual suspect 6.com because you fit the description, man. Shout out to the mighty LDBC and the full Berserker clan. It's your boy Act Reach.
That's what's up. Shout out to the underrated one family. Shout out to the Maya LDBC. Shout out to the hashtag TWT family. Thank y'all so much. A Reach. Thanks. As always, going to be more to come. This is the last of the underrated boxing talk number 86. Let me repeat again. I started from this channel, and then this channel was temporarily was not around. Then I started again at the number my secondary channel, the number one grinder real talk. Then I continue back here again on 86. 87. I don't know when I'm gonna do 87, but it be soon. I don't know when it be soon. Cause I got other things too. And also I'm gonna start doing underrated. I'm gonna start back doing underrated boxing commentary too. That will come soon too. But then I got other things I got cooked up and everything. And yo, brother, did we did a chop up? I don't remember.
I don't know. I was on there like a few weeks back, I don't remember. I know we talked
Oh yeah,
though. Definitely.
I got to do a chop up with you. Yeah, no, we did. We gotta do it. I gotta do a chop up with you. Let me explain what a chop up is before I close this out. Um, well, the process is I need a picture from your avatar. Tell me what's a good time to do it, and or I'm just asking you to do a short to let people know on your side to come on my side, do a chop up. And also, you can ask me. You'd be the main guest, of course, you'd be the main guest. But also, you can ask questions about me. It's a chopper on the Darkness Round Table. That's how I do it. And you just let me know when it's a good time. I usually do it at night or probably days. I usually do it nighttime because usually nighttime. People said that'd be better, but we could do whatever. If we work it out. So, but when you just let me know when it's a good time. And like I say, you send me a picture or avatar through my Facebook. I mean, my Facebook. Through my you could send it through my phone, or you can submit. I'd be better you send it through my email. Then we can get it on. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir, bro. Just let me know. I'll let you know if I'm good. I'm cranking it up on the training because we got something June the 24th. So yeah, um, yes,
or
sir. But
wherever you fit me in is fine. You know,
I got you.
just let me know ahead of time so you send me the information. I can set it up and let people know, and then we can get it on. No problem. You got my numbers and everything. So But I thank you to participate. And also again, oh man, I forgot the reaction. Thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Thank you. That's for the chat too. And and cheers to everybody that stopped by and for this great show. And I'm back with the underrated boxing talk. Thank you. And then y'all deserve another clap. Y'all deserve another clap. Thank you so much. And we gonna end on the drum roll. Thank you. There you go. On behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, yours truly, the number one grinder, one of the best kept secret on social media. Me and my Harlem brother right here. We'll be back. It's going. I'm trying to get more people to come to the panel so we could definitely have some boxing talk and just understand this too, that it's all about the truth over here and it's all about learning. I don't think I know everything because I don't. Was always learning. So let's learn and let's also just let's talk the real purity of boxing. And I think feel that is very important. There are some uncomfortable matters that we're gonna talk about in the future, but it's the truth. Let's deal with that and let's keep on put mainstream media accountable of what they not doing. And so we have to understand that we part of the media, so we gotta bring the truth. So they're gonna try to sanction us. Don't let them do that. Let's keep on with the keep on. Thank you very much, brother. This one is Ghost. Good evening. Be well, be well, be well. This one is Ghost.